Thank you for selecting Most Loved Wrestling, the place where wrestling is most loved. The WWE has continued this hot streak of putting on some good ass shows. They made a real development in a major storyline, and it's fair to say that the WWE did their job last night. And now it's time for me to do my job and name the SmackDown 28th of June MVP. But before I do, I'm gonna need you to hit that like button, subscribe to my bullshit, and press that notification bell. It helps with the algorithm. So if you like what I'm doing and believe that the world deserves to bear witness, then this is how you can make it happen. But before we establish our MVPs, let's just take a look at the results of the show. For the first time in what feels like has been a lifetime, the length of Tiffy time has been satisfactory, and it's even better when she gets a big fat W. Clearly, as you can see, Nia Jax agrees. The only thing that I would say is that it's bittersweet, because she had to go over my girl Jade Cargill in a triple threat match where she pinned Candice LeRae, as Jade Cargill was knocked out by Indy Hartwell and the ring post. And I'll be the first to admit it, I was completely wrong. I thought that Logan Paul and LA Knight was going to lose their Money in the Bank opportunities to Santos Escobar. I thought that they would have tunnel vision on each other and Santos Escobar would sneak through the cracks and take victory. But that was not the case. In fact, I wasn't even close. We got some NBA cameos. Tyrese Halliburton was backing up Logan Paul, and he introduced the brass nuts. But Jalen Brunson of the New York Knicks was feeling a little bit salty after his loss, so he went and done something about it. And when all was said and done, LA Knight gets the win and is going into the Money in the Bank. What a shocker. Naomi shuts up Blair Davenport. Well, just a little bit. She pinned Indy Hartwell to qualify for the Money in the Bank after Indy got her karma in the form of Jade fuck around and find out Cargill. I must say, the women's Money in the Bank field is looking wild. Stratton, Io, Lyra, Naomi, and ladders that they can do some ridiculous spots with. Sounds promising. Other developments? Well, there isn't many, but we only done what we needed to do. SmackDown was quick and to the point, and I'm here for it. We only got 2 hours, but here's the gist of it. Tangaloa gets murdered by KO at the beginning of the show. Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton are official. Sika got a much more fitting tribute on this episode of SmackDown than he got on NXT. I think maybe it was just due to the fact it was too soon for them to do something better. Solo is completely rogue. That man is out of control. And Paul Heyman has been kicked out of the Bloodline 2.0, which brings me to the title of the video, MVPs. Now, as a biased, whatless content creator, my MVP is Tiffany Stratton, just simply for existing. Alright, you can go now.
No,
What?
No. You can't do that.
We can't do that.
Yes, you need to have integrity.
Integrity?
Yes, integrity and to be objective, please.
Alright then. Well, unfortunately, I'm not allowed to be biased, and I've got to be objective. You know, integrity and all of that boring crap. This spot goes to Jacob Fatu. His entrance was actually badass. His lights, the fire, the house in his theme song. I felt that entrance. Maybe because it was the first time me seeing it, but I felt it nonetheless. Aura means a lot in the world of sports entertainment, and that entrance had some aura to it. 4th place goes to Cody Rhodes. He was about that action last night. Don't get me wrong, you can say that about all of them, but Kevin's always about that action. Randy too. And Kevin does deserve to be on this list, so I've got to shout him out. But I only got 5 spots to work with, and I appreciate it when Cody decides to stop trying to run for office and stand on business. And this crossroads was special. But that sell though, I've seen enough. Whoever this guy is, give him a full-time contract, and then give him Rhodes for the title. Screw it, even make him win. He's the real MVP of this show. I just don't know who the fuck he is. He sold that shit. Dolph Ziggler who? Stepping on the podium in 3rd place is Randy Orton. This right here, this alone is what done it for me. I cannot lie to you. Cody said something that is seeds to be used later on, and Randy Orton's facial expressions is the storyline. Like the way he looked at him when he talked about defending the title against worthy opponents tonight. Like, I'm not sure he don't turn on him at Money in the Bank. Believe me, I don't think that he will. And if I was writing the script, I probably wouldn't do it. But like I said, the way he looked at him, I would not be surprised. Going back to the same thing I said about Cody Rhodes, he was standing on business tonight. He was about the action, so that's why he's on this list too. And 2nd place with a silver medal, none other than the wise man himself, Paul Heyman. Really, he could be 1st. I would happily give a joint position at number 1 and fit KO into the list, That's secretly what I'm doing in my head. But for the point of the video, I have to make a point to stand on business and stick to the rules. It would be a cop-out, and I refuse to cop out. But we have to acknowledge that this man stayed awake all night so that he can look disheveled, not shaving or dyeing his hair just to look the part. The commitment to the role has to be respected, and him standing on business to Solo as well, he's got my respect. Paul Heyman not being a snake, not caring about his own hide, that's new for me. I've been watching this man for 20 plus years, and I've never actually seen him take one for the team. Man like Paul Heyman, he actually said, I acknowledge that you are not my tribal chief. And let's be honest, Paul Heyman's probably the best actor in the industry. And if that's not enough, the guy's like 60, and he's taking triple power bombs through the announcer table. Enough said, absolute madness. And these two guys, you can flip-flop them around on who's going to be the MVP, whether it be Paul Heyman or this guy. But you know what? This guy changed my thoughts of him. I always loved him, do not get me wrong, but I thought it was lackluster what he was doing to a degree, and I didn't take him seriously, should I say. I thought that somebody else was going to come and swoop in and make the storyline about them, but maybe I'm wrong, and maybe he is the big dog on campus. So Solo Sikoa is the official Most Loved Wrestling MVP of the 28th of June SmackDown. Even though he got hacked by Cody and Randy at the top of the show, even though he's still dressing like The Weeknd, this man, he did change his aura tonight. You have to respect it. When he said Madison Square Garden, acknowledge me, I popped. I said, what the fuck is going on? And it's what I needed. It is what I needed from him. I needed true defiance in the face of Roman Reigns. Well, it wasn't in his face, but that's true to now that he's not paying homage by anything he's doing or just trying to be a good placeholder. He's actually saying, we don't need you anymore. You got me. I'm him. And he didn't stop there at just the WWE Universe acknowledging him. He said, Tama, right hand man, come here, acknowledge me. Tangaloa, the infamous, come here, acknowledge me. My enforcer, Jacob Fatu, come acknowledge me. And then finally got to Paul Heyman, and as you know, Paul Heyman refused to acknowledge Solo Sikoa as his tribal chief, and he got the piss beat out of him. They absolutely murked this guy. They was doing top rope splashes and stuff like that. And the man's not even an athlete, he's a manager, but they didn't care for none of that. They murked him. This is what I needed from Solo. I needed to see pure ruthlessness and him to assert himself. And the fact that he's doing everything that Roman does, they're just sowing them seeds with them indirects right there. And I absolutely love it. But that was Most Loves Wrestling SmackDown 28th of June MVPs. Thank you for listening to my bullshit. Don't forget to leave a like. Remember to subscribe and leave your thoughts in the comment section down below.